and we all want a fat shelf of an upper chest, so might as well, right? All right, what is up? TS here, but you knew that. We are going to be going over different stuff today instead of just BPC, because I'm tired of just talking about BPC. Maybe if I talked about BBC instead, we'd have more fun. The channel, of course. But we are going to talk about bench form and progression instead. I have a very poverty bench. So, a lot of people wind up asking me about my bench and how to progress it, which is interesting. So I will go over just a couple things that I think could help people increase their bench. No, this does not have to do with hypertrophy. This is strictly for strength gains and to have a bigger bench. So if you're looking for hypertrophy, do not watch this video. Okay, first things first with form. Easiest one, when you're sitting up, tucking your scaps when you get under the bar, back and down. That's automatically gonna push your thorax out, create a higher touch point for the bar, and create an arch, which is the next point. You're gonna wanna have a slight arch. I obviously bench with a large arch, as you'll see in the videos, because I powerlift. So you don't need anything crazy, nothing as big as your mom's arch, but you'll wanna have something. It creates a more natural bar path, healthier for your shoulders, and still targets your chest just as well. When you are sitting up, you're going to want to drive those shoulder blades into the bench. So you tuck and then you're driving them in, kind of creating that natural arch as you push back and through your legs and create that leg drive that you're going to maintain throughout. It's a horizontal leg drive, so you're pushing yourself pretty much up the bench. If you want to shoot your head off the back is what you're shooting for. When you unrack, you're going to tuck those lats and try to bend that bar, which is really going to activate your back, give you more stability through the bench. You've got your consistent leg drive that you're pushing horizontally through, and then your bar path is also really important. It's not straight up and down, you want diagonal, ideally, and eventually you'll work towards more of a J motion on the way up when you are using a lot of leg drive. So going from side angle here, diagonally coming down to your touch point and back up. And then once you get the J with your leg drive will be pushing you horizontally. You go towards your head and then up. I'll show these all in videos because it looks pretty stupid when I do it like this. And then thinking about progression, this is what most people ask for. A lot of people, going to the gym and they're doing just 3x10s every week on bench and wondering why their bench isn't going up. Which is an interesting thing to wonder. So for just an easy bench progression that you can do over like a 1 to 2 month cycle, not like steroid cycle. I mean, I guess if you really want to blow up your bench, you could do this with a steroid cycle, but probably shouldn't. Your mom wouldn't be happy with you. But I usually split it into 2 bench days. So you've got your primary bench day, your secondary bench day. Primary bench day is your heavy bench day. That is where you are going to have your competition bench. If you're not competing, then it's just nice, good bench, right? You're going to do 2x3 at T1. What that means is you have 1 rep left in the tank. You could maybe push it to T2. You're keeping it at 2x3 because this is going to minimize the fatigue you get from pushing these higher weights on bench, right? So I guess that would also be considered like RPE 9 if you prefer the RPE scale over the T scale. Whatever floats your boat, I don't really care. After that, you are going to drop down to probably a 3x5 back down at about 80% of that weight. And you're looking to progress that each week, right? Small increments, big increments, whatever you can do comfortably, but still within that T range, right? Or RPE range. And then you've got your secondary bench day, right? that is where you're gonna work in a lot of different variations that work on different issues you have in your bench. So pick one for whatever cycle you're doing or whatever period of time you're doing. And that's gonna be a 3x6 at like T2, T3. You're not pushing these crazy hard. But you know, if you're struggling off the chest, maybe you incorporate pause bench or spodo press. If you are struggling to finish it out, or just struggling to work without leg drive, you add in Larson press, which is really going to help you, you know, work on actually just having that strength in your chest, shoulders, and triceps. Or you can do some tempo bench, which is really going to help you build that control on the way down and explosive power on the way up, right? So you pick one of those, and that's your secondary bench day. And then, of course, on top of all these, you want to be pushing your accessories. So triceps, you want to be going heavy. You want to make sure you're doing push downs or something overhead. Shoulders, always good to incorporate, you know, a couple sets of shoulder press a week, like 1 to 2. You don't need anything crazy, but building that front delt strength and stability is going to transfer over into your bench. And then obviously still hitting like incline chest movements and some chest flies. Incline chest will also help develop that bench, and you know, we all want a fat shelf of an upper chest, so might as well, right? If I did this correctly, I will have put some videos of me benching in here somewhere and diagrams showing what I mean. And if I didn't, sucks to suck, because you're just gonna have to understand what I just said. All right, moving on to BBC day 14 and 15. Guess we'll just talk about today's Tuesday, August 6th. So I'll talk about the last 2 days because my posting schedule is off, and I think I'm going to start posting these every few days instead of every day, because no one wants to watch me ramble about BBC every day. As I said in my last video, I am taking a week off of lifting completely, just working on mobility and letting these shoulders heal up after I retweaked it last week. And I haven't made a ton of progress in my pain. It's been pretty consistent through Sunday and Monday. It's gotten a little bit better today. Didn't wake up in as much pain, but laying on either side does hurt right now, which is a bummer. I really did feel like I had made a lot more progress out of there, but we are back a bit, and that happens. So I'll probably just, you know, cry myself to sleep every night, but it is what it is. So I backed off of my mobility work yesterday because I did feel like I might just be inflaming it more, pushing it through that range of motion after retweaking it. So I've just been focusing on heat and ice, and it does feel better today than it did yesterday. So I think I'll take today off of mobility again as well, and then slowly build in some more as the week goes on. And then hopefully can be back to doing some light lifts by maybe a week from now, so next Tuesday, and we'll keep working on that. Still no major mental health side effects from taking BBC as far as I can tell. You know, a bunch of other stuff in my life making me sad, but it's definitely not the drugs I'm taking, so we'll take that. There are also things in my life that make me very happy, like my beautiful, wonderful, amazing girlfriend. Thumbs up. Good. And yeah, so we'll just do some ratings. I'll group the last few days together because they've been pretty similar. Daily pain for my shoulders, probably up at a 7. Can feel it pretty consistently throughout the day. It's not like excruciating, but it's nagging and annoying. And for my legs, like a 4. It's not crazy. I can feel the tug sometimes in my lower and upper right hamstring, but usually that's just when I'm walking for a long time or anything like that, so it's fine. And then lifting pain, haven't been lifting, so not applicable. We just saved some time. Look at us. Mobility range of motion, garbage. Yeah, hot shit, garbage, dog shit, whatever term you want to throw in there, as long as it means bad. For my shoulders, gonna rate that at like an 8. Not a lot of range of motions that don't hurt. And for my legs, like a 6. I can still sit in a really deep squat and it feels fine. But there are still some like lunges and stuff that hurt, but whatever. And then the is Joe sad scale. Well, in the last video I fucked up, not surprisingly, and said that it was, I think I gave myself like a 3 when I meant, or I gave myself a 1 when I meant a 9. So I gave myself like the best score possible instead of the worst, which was stupid, but I'm stupid, so that makes sense. In terms of BPC and anything, like, no, like I'm not feeling any extra depresso, but I am sad about my progress, about my progress, which sucks, so probably give that like a 4, no, 6, God, I did fuck it up again, holy shit, a 6, you know, little towards the middle of the road, but leaning more towards that, you know. But anyways, hope you enjoyed listening to me ramble about bench. Maybe I'll talk about other lifts sometime, or maybe I won't. But anyways, hope you had a great lift today, and if you didn't, fuck you. Anyways, TS out.